Are you the sort of person that likes to help others? And are you committed enough to turn that into a bona fide business? It might sound too good to be true, but I'm here to tell you about how you can turn that dream into a reality. So have you ever heard of online coaching? It's a pretty broad term covering everything from lifestyle coaching to career coaching. There are a ton of earning opportunities you can explore in this niche, especially since the industry's been growing really fast recently. So strap in while I tell you how you can start an online coaching business from scratch by following a few easy steps. Step 1 is to zero in on a niche. You might like being a jack of all trades, but there's a limit to how much you can handle. If you spread yourself too thin, you won't be able to earn nearly as much if you focused on a particular niche. Besides, specializing in something is a way to guarantee some solid income down the line, because you don't have to deal with a saturated market and you can find an eager audience much more easily. Now, you might be wondering what your options are. There are lots of niches out there like fitness coaching, health coaching, life coaching, and more. How do you choose from all of these options? Well, you can start off by focusing on your strengths. So what are you good at? If you went to college, what did you major in? For example, someone with an MBA could easily become a career coach. A psychology background is great for becoming a mental health coach. A nutritionist and other medical professionals can become health or dietary coaches. Ideally, you should specialize in something you have a real passion for. That'll make your attempts to help your audience much more heartfelt, and it'll come through in all content you put out. But you see, that's just one piece of the puzzle. Focusing on what you love and excel at won't be all that useful if there's no demand for the niche. The solution? Do some market research to find out what people are paying for. So take a look at what audiences are demanding and try to see how your unique skill set fits into all of that. Are there any problems you can help them solve? There doesn't even have to be a professional qualification involved. Like, say you lost a ton of weight recently. This clearly shows that you know something others don't, which can lay the groundwork for you to start a weight loss coaching business. My point is, the sky's the limit here. It doesn't really matter what niche you pick as long as you've done your research, but be sure to pick one fast so that you can move on to the next step. Now with that said, why don't we take a look at what the next step actually is? Step 2 is to develop a strong online presence. This might seem blindingly obvious, but it's not just about setting up X and Instagram accounts. That's obviously something you have to do, and making the accounts dedicated to your coaching business will be a big help in the long run. But with that said, you need to strengthen your online presence first by creating some vibrant and unique branding. This will set you apart from the countless other people that are entering the online coaching space today. Remember, whenever there's a niche that allows folks to mint money, you can bet that a whole stampede of folks will be vying for the market. Create a logo that's consistent with your branding guidelines, and make sure your visual messaging is pronounced on every single platform you establish a presence on. Oh, and don't forget to make a website. Social media profiles are all well and good, but a dedicated website is how you can spread some real awareness about your new business. Think of it as the central hub that you'll market from. Anyone that hears about you can learn whatever they want to know from your website, which makes it that much easier to get out in the world. Apart from that, you might want to consider starting a blog. Adding it to your website can increase its value because people might pay it a visit to learn a thing or two from your content. And trust me, churning out content is essential if you want your business to go anywhere. Optimizing the blogs for SEO to make sure that the content is turning up in people's SERPs, and do the same thing for other content too. Trust me, you're going to need a lot of content when you're just starting out, and all types of it too. A couple blog posts a week are good to start with, but make sure you're putting out at least a video every other week too. Weekly videos are ideal, and don't forget to post regular infographics and live streams to your social media profiles. And once you've got the ball rolling with your online presence, it's time to move on to step 3. Step 3 is building a community. Now, this might sound similar to establishing an online presence. After all, those social media profiles will create a sense of community, right? Well, you're technically right, but you need to go beyond that if you want to give your coaching business some mileage. What you need is a community that is directly monetizable. Platforms like School are great for this, although there are all sorts of other options out there too. But I'll be honest, I've been on School for 2 years now, and after trying a bunch of community congregation platforms, I found it to be the best of the best. Just click the link down below to try it for 14 days. But anyway, regardless what community congregation platform you choose, you need to set up shop there ASAP. Do this as soon as you have a decent following online by marketing the community on your social media platforms and your website. Once you've done this, you'll have an audience that's ready to start paying for your courses. So what's the next step? Why, giving them what they want, of course. So step number 4 is to create the coaching program. You have a community ready and waiting for you to show them what you've got. So it's high time you start creating some coaching programs. A structured course can help your audience achieve goals, and it's important to make sure that these goals are SMART. And I don't just mean intelligent or practical here. SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So let's say you're starting a fitness coaching business. A SMART goal you could help your audience work towards would be, for example, gaining 10 pounds of muscles in 6 months. You can encourage them to participate in weekly progress check-ins to help everyone measure their gains. The goal is relevant to your niche, and most importantly, it's achievable as long as your audience follows your instructions. Now, your content will play a big role in whatever course you roll out. Try to make it as diverse as possible by including various formats so that you can cater to different learning styles. Some people might learn through videos, others might want detailed PDFs to learn through, and there might be a few that ask you for some one-on-one training through a video call. Pro tip, if they want one-on-one training, feel free to charge extra for it since it's a super high-level service. You also need to consistently engage with your community, which is something school is pretty great for, by the way. Provide regular feedback, host quizzes and Q&As, and give your students assignments that you'll check personally. This will create a very communal vibe that'll make your students more committed to the work. And a nice bonus benefit is that you can upsell them on some extra goodies too. But you gotta remember one thing. Do not go for the hard sell too quickly. Instead, offer some freebies to draw people in, then start marketing the premium stuff for a price. And you do need to come up with a solid pricing strategy too, by the way. You can do this by checking out other courses in your niche and setting your own rate slightly lower than them. This incentivizes people to check out your programs, but try not to lowball them too much because this can make them question the quality. So there you have it. Let's recap these 4 steps real quick before I sign off. The first thing you gotta do is find yourself a niche. Then you need to build a presence that establishes you as an authority in that niche. Get people to trust you so that they're more inclined to join your monetizable community. And finally, launch a series of courses that'll get the revenue coming in. If it sounds simple, that's because it is. And since it's so easy to do, you just know that there'll be all sorts of entrepreneurs getting in on the space in the near future. Don't miss out on the gold rush. Just dive in and use the tools I've given you to find the right path. That's all I got for now, folks. If you follow my advice, be sure to let me know how things go for you. But bye for now, and I'll see you guys in the next one.